What is up, y'all? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Tana Mongeau and Brooke Schofield. I hope that I'm pronouncing her name right. Like, I had made that comment before in one video, and then somebody told me, okay, you guys know I'm a little bit dumb, okay? Somebody had, like, left how to, like, sound it out, and I'm like, is it Schofield still? Or no, I'm like, I still don't know. So I hope it's Schofield. I felt like I heard Trisha Paytas say Schofield, okay? So I'm going to just call her Tana and Brooke, okay? Tana and Brooke. How about that? Well, Tana and Brooke are being called out because they're currently on their canceled tour, which I think it is coming to an end pretty soon. And y'all, from what I heard, because I did see like a Dave Portnoy like TikTok or whatever, well, not a TikTok, but it was like a podcast clip on TikTok saying like, oh, they showed up to all of their shows on time, because I guess it had been put out there before that like they have done a little bit of tours before, and I guess that they were always late. And you guys know, obviously, Tana has this bad rep from the whole Tanacon situation. Well, y'all, she's getting called out on TikTok because apparently this girl purchased a meet and greet ticket, and I guess that the email, or not the email, but I guess like the flyer or ticket or whatever had said that it started at 7 o'clock. So the girl showed up at 7 o'clock, and turns out that the meet and greet was before the show at 5 o'clock. Now, I have to say on this, I almost feel like, y'all, please let me know your opinions. We're going to go over the details. I'm going to be reading comments. I'm going to play the TikTok, y'all. I'm so curious to know what you guys feel about this, because to my understanding, I feel like she just like misread it, or like, I don't know. People were saying in the comments like she should have got an email stating what time the meet and greet was. But if the ticket says 7 o'clock, like the show starts at 7 o'clock, like I would just automatically already assume like the meet and greet is not going to be at 7 o'clock if the show starts at 7 o'clock. Like, how could they both be at 7 o'clock? Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if there was some type of error there, but she said that she spent hundreds of dollars, and she tried to do the meet and greet that was at a later show or after the show, and they had said no. So I'm just like, oh, I don't know what she's going to do about this, y'all, because this is kind of blowing up on TikTok. This does have 182,000 views as of right now. Also, speaking of Tana and Brooke, we are going to be talking about, y'all, a couple weeks ago, I was going to make a video about this because I was so intrigued about your guys' opinions on this, is that they were both calling out Billie Eilish because I guess they went to the People's Choice Awards, and I guess Billie Eilish was talking shit about TikTokers being there. So they were like, what the hell? Like, TikTokers or social media influencers, and they're like, okay, that's messed up because we're like big fans of Billie Eilish. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna play that TikTok too to like show you guys, because I'm so curious of what you guys think about this, because I do feel like there is this huge divide of like celebrities and social media influencers. But I really do feel, I don't know, call me crazy, I really do feel like we're in that generation of to where like influencers are low-key becoming celebrities. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, and y'all, maybe I'm biased because I'm on social media, but I just feel more connected to social media influencers. Yes, don't get me wrong, a lot of them are fake, a lot of them are shady. But then the ones that are like really good and really entertaining, I'm like, I feel so much more of a connection to them than I would any celebrity. Like, I just feel like they're real. They're showing you their real lives and like their real problems, and everything's just so personable, as to where celebrities have up a facade, and it's very rare for celebrities to like actually really open up, get on their stories, get on their lives, talk about this, this, and this, and put all their business out there. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it takes a whole lot for a person to get out there in front of millions of people and like just open up about everything, because y'all, you're just opening yourself up for all types of judgment and ridicule. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I've always personally felt closer to social media influencers, and I really do feel like this day and age, y'all, them social media influencers are making like just as much money as celebrities. Do you know what I mean? And their brands are popping off just as much. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, I'm curious of what you guys think about that. But we're gonna be talking about those two situations within today's video. Also, if you guys have not seen, I'm sure you guys have seen, but I have a podcast. We upload new podcasts every single Wednesday. It'll be linked down below. And y'all, I have not missed a week yet. Knock on wood. I hope I did not just mess that up, y'all, because I've been doing so good at it, and y'all, I just love it. Honestly, like, that is just, I don't know why I literally look for, because we typically film on Fridays, like I really look forward to that, because we just have so much fun just shooting the shit and just having a couple drinks and like throwing it all out there and being a little bit messy, if I'm being honest. Also too, if you guys have not seen, I kind of changed up the content on my travel channel. It'll be linked down below. I'm trying to like put or prioritize shorts, because I feel like when it comes down to travel content, I'm starting to see more people like short form content, even though I don't. But I'm just like, okay, I need to learn to get with the times, make some changes here, and that way these channels can grow. So I'm pretty much only going to do like one full video per month, and then everything else is going to be shorts in between. So just letting you guys know, I've already stated that, but I just feel like, you know, sometimes not everyone gets the memo. Anyways, let me shut up about that. Let's go to get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Brooke and Tana were invited to the People's Choice Awards, and I guess Billie Eilish was not feeling this. I guess because Bryce Hall was there too, and I guess that he was at a table with a lot of celebrities, and everyone's like, wait, what the hell? Like, what is he doing here? But also too, I do feel like, okay, maybe this is just such a like tunnel vision view right here, and you guys can let me know. I feel like if you're, you know, a celebrity, right, and you have X amount of followers, and you're a influencer and you have X amount of followers, doesn't that mean like you have the same amount of popularity then? Do you know what I mean? To go to the People's Choice Awards, I'm specifically talking about. Because I'm like, okay, if the People's Choice Awards is obviously the People's Choice Awards, it's kind of like what's popular to the people. And I'm like, okay, if I'm looking at this from like a organizer's, standpoint, I'm like, oh, okay, Bryce Hall has X amount of followers, so-and-so has X amount of followers, so they're kind of like on the same category when it comes down to being popular, right? So that's all like, I kind of don't get it. But anyways, go ahead and check out this clip right here.
We saw Billie Eilish. She was not excited to see us.
I've always known that like Billie hates the influencer of it all. You saw that clip of her being like, why are all these TikTokers here or whatever? Yeah. Like, I wonder who she saw. I guess she was sitting near Bryce Hall.
I know who she saw because you could see the direction in which she pointed. We knew where she was sitting, and the only person seated influencer-wise, because it was actually a little bit confusing. We were in like the influencer section of the People's Choice Awards. Bryce Hall, for whatever reason, was at the Hunger Games table. He was with Rachel Zegler. Like, he was literally at the Hunger Games table. And I kept thinking to myself, like, how the fuck did he end up there? No shade to Bryce Hall, but like,
do you think she saw Bryce and that's why she
she was probably just like, what the fuck is Rachel doing with Bryce Hall?
But the thing is People's Choice is like
People's Choice.
It's about pop culture. And it like brings the numbers up, right? Like a lot of the most viewed glam bots and different things were influencer stuff.
It makes me sad because like I'm posting her like fucking nonstop. I'm like literally in tears because I cannot believe she's in the same room as me. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do to deserve this? And meanwhile, she's like, yeah, I fucking hate these stupid fucking idiot losers.
That's what makes me sad is so many influencers definitely just like really love her. And I
love her so much. And you know what? I hate like there's so many comments too that are like, yeah, she's right. She ate with that. And it's like, I get it, but it's also like, who's turning down an invite? If you're invited to the People's Choice or like People's Choice, any award show, like, are you turning it down? Realistically, are you turning it down? No, you're fucking not. In fact, you're so fucking excited. You're going out and you're buying your best dress and you're posting it all over the fucking internet. So shut the fuck up.
So as y'all can see from right there, I don't know. I kind of was like, oh. And you know what's really crazy is I feel like I really like Billie Eilish. I've seen so many clips of her of like, y'all, there was this one clip going viral on TikTok to where she was like driving down the street in her Hellcat and she like literally stopped over to the side to like say hi to these girls. And I was like, she seems so like humble and like down to earth. Do you know what I mean? And then I see things like this and I'm kind of like, oh, like that kind of makes me feel a little bit bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, why does she care who's at the People's Choice Awards? Because it's kind of like, girl, it's not your event. And obviously, just kind of like how Brooke said within that clip right there, if you're invited, you're gonna go. I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. Like, if I was invited to that, I'd be like, why are you inviting me? Like, I'd be like, what the hell? But would I go? Absolutely. Like, who's gonna turn that down? But it's kind of like, obviously, when you look at all these celebrities there, and then like, if I were to be there, I'd be like, I'm so out of place, but whatever. This is the experience, and I'm not going to turn that down because I think that's super cool to be able to go to something like that. That's like a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really know why Billie Eilish would come off so, like, judgmental. Maybe it was just a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. Maybe people are spreading rumors. I don't really know. Honestly, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and just kind of be like, maybe it wasn't the way it seems, because I think that's really messed up, especially being that Billie Eilish is so young that I'm like, I feel like low-key she would be on social media. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like there's probably some social media people that she likes. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping about that. Anyways, the next thing that I want to get into is the Tana Mongeau and Brooke. The Tana and Bro. Like, why do every single time I realize that I have to say Tana Mongeau? Why can't I just say Tana? Like, obviously you guys know what I'm talking about because the title of the video. So, duh. Anyways, they're on tour right now. And y'all, I did not know that their meet and greet was so expensive. I was like, oh my gosh. I was actually on Ticketmaster trying to find out exactly how much it would cost. And y'all, I only found on Ticketmaster like the best seats available. And it said the best seats were $136. And that's like front row. Not like front row, but within the front section, right? So I'm like, okay, that's not like too bad, because then you could get cheap tickets for like I think it was like 40 something bucks. I forget which state that I was looking in, by the way. I think it probably varies by state, but it didn't have any info for meet and greet pricing, because I really wanted to tell you guys exactly how much the meet and greet was, because this girl on the TikTok that I'm about to play, she said that she spent hundreds of dollars. So I don't know like what that entails. Like, is it 300? Is it 200? Do you know what I mean? So I'm curious if you guys happen to know, please let me know, because I was curious, because I do think that obviously does factor into this. But basically, to give you guys a little bit of context before playing this, she went to the show. She had got there at 7 o'clock, and I guess that the ticket had said 7 o'clock. And I'm just kind of like, am I just like a little bit dumb here? But I feel like, isn't that common sense then? Like, I don't know, if say for example, if I'm going to like a Nicki Minaj concert and I paid for meet and greet and it says show starts at 8 p.m., I'm not going to get there at 8 p.m. Do you know what I mean? Typically, I do know that meet and greets are after the fact. Well, to my understanding, I've never been to one, but I do know people that have been to one, and typically it's like after the show. But I know obviously, hey, maybe some people after the show are just like, okay, I'm tired, I'm ready to go. So maybe they wanted to do it before. Whatever the case is, I feel like obviously there should have been clear like understanding of it, you know? I'm just really curious to know like how Tana's gonna like respond to this, because I feel like, I don't know, for some reason I feel like maybe she'll give her a refund. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm like, I don't know, wishful thinking here. Anyways, go ahead and check out this clip right here so you guys can see it for yourself.
So I'm here at the canceled podcast live event at the Tabernacle in Atlanta, and me and my sister bought meet and greet tickets as soon as they went on sale. Hundreds of dollars. We get here at 7, just like the ticket says. On ticket details, everything through Ticketmaster, it says 7 p.m. We get here at 7 p.m. The show is starting. Meet and greet is over. Apparently it was at 5 o'clock. So then we come to the second meet and greet, since, you know, we bought our VIP tickets and everything. We're like, well, we can just maybe make the second one. They're like, no, you can't go in there. There's like so many people waiting outside that all thought the same thing, and they won't let us through. Probably won't get our money back. Came all this way, can't meet Tana or Brooke. So that's awesome.
So as y'all can see from right there, it does seem a little bit confusing, because I'm kind of like, okay, I don't know, like, should you have got there at 7? Should you have been there earlier? I don't really know. You know what I mean? But I do want to go ahead and read some of the comments right here. I keep hearing stories like this, and the fact that this show is not what they promoted, crazy exclusive stories, name dropping, all of that. And she said, literally nothing new besides dumb tour stories, mainly where they're making fun of fans. Another person, is it worth to buy tickets for the show? I'm still debating. She said 100% no. And then somebody else commented right here, which I was so curious about. Can you post the screenshots of the email they sent? I got an email with the meet and greet time, and it said 5 p.m. And she said, like I said before, I never received an email. I checked. So I'm kind of like, okay, if one girl's commenting right there and saying that the meet and greet was supposed to be at 5 p.m., like maybe there was just some type of error. You know what I mean? Maybe it went to her junk mail. Maybe, I don't know. Another person right here. But if the show starts at 7, how would you think they could do a meet and greet at 7? And then she had responded, I thought maybe it was after the show or something, since the tickets both said 7. Also too, I feel like if she's saying tickets both said 7, so if the meet and greet ticket says 7, like, if I'm being honest with you guys, I would have done a TikTok replying to somebody, and then I would have showed proof of the ticket being at 7. So I'm like, low-key, I don't know if this is like a clout chasing situation. I don't want to accuse this girl of like clout chasing or anything like that, but I'm kind of like, there has to be some type of proof that you have that states that says 7, because she literally says the tickets both said 7. So I'm really curious to know. And then obviously there's a bunch of people on there, because this is a perfect opportunity to like hate on Tana Mongeau, and said, it's Tana Mongeau, what did you expect, ? And that has 1,342 likes on it. Somebody else commented on here, they canceled their show in my town and I didn't get a refund. And then the person said, dispute the charge, they have to refund you if they cancel. Which, by the way, to my understanding, if they do, like, I was gonna go to the Madonna show in Phoenix, right? We had purchased the tickets like oh my gosh, whenever they went on sale, right? It was last year though. She ended up getting sick, so I was like, damn, I can't make the new rescheduled date. And y'all, I clicked on there to process for a refund, and it took about a month to get a refund, which I was irritated at, but I still did get my refund. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, it is what it is. I think that it does suck, obviously, but I think eventually it will come around. And then somebody else commented right here, you got an email about it from the venue. I promise you, so many people miss messages because they don't read the emails they receive. And the girl wrote back again and said, I went back and checked, there was no email from the venue. Somebody else right here too. Did you not get an email after purchasing, or did you buy reseller tickets? She said, I bought straight from Tana's link on IG, which routed me to Ticketmaster, and I can't find any email from them. I've looked 100 times, but my part 2 is up that has receipts. I went back to her page to look for this part 2, and I'm like, y'all, I can't find it. I was like, am I just dumb? Or like, did she delete it or what? Y'all, right after that, I was like, okay, let me look back on there again, even though I checked this girl's page like 3 times, and I am so stupid. Y'all know I'm new to TikTok. I mean, well, look, I've had a TikTok for a while, but I still don't really know how it works. You know what I mean? So I went back there and I was like, oh my God, I didn't see it because she has it pinned. So because it's pinned, it's to the top, even though I was like, wait, this is from a couple weeks ago. So I thought that it would be down at the bottom. You know what I mean? With the other one. Now she put them both pinned, but I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So I went back and I just watched right now her other video. It's 6 minutes long. I'm not going to play it for you guys, but at the very end of the video, she did put on there her receipts, right? And she does say right here that the Ticketmaster does say at 7 p.m. You guys can see it says 7 p.m. And then it also does say on the email 7 p.m. So honestly, y'all, I feel like maybe this is just a mix up on Ticketmaster's end, but also at the same time too, like a lot of people are commenting back to her like, okay, but like, if it says both 7 p.m., like, don't you know you can't be two places at once? Like, say, for example, the show starts at 7, the meet and greet can't be at 7. So I'm kind of like, oh, that is a little bit of a mix-up. Low-key, I feel like she should definitely get her money back from Ticketmaster, because there are other people in the comments saying that they purchased from Access or AXS and they got the info, right? And it does say, if you guys look closely, it does say that on both of hers, it does say 7 p.m., which I do feel like is really concerning. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. Me personally, if this was me, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to call them and be like, wait, why are they both saying 7 o'clock? Because obviously you can't have a meet and greet ticket for 7 o'clock and a show ticket for 7 o'clock. It's kind of like, that just, how does that even make sense? Do you know what I mean? But I'm not saying like she's like fully in the wrong, but obviously I would have been like paying attention to detail a little bit more and been like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. And I would have called Ticketmaster to obviously figure this situation out. Now, in that second video that I did just watch, they did tag Tana and Brooke. And I feel like, in my personal opinion, they need to hit up Ticketmaster and they need to get their money back from it, because that doesn't really seem like it's an error on Tana's and Brooke's. And do you know what I mean? Especially if there's people in the comment section saying that they purchased from other, you know, outlets and it gave them the information that the meet and greet was supposed to be at 5 p.m. But nonetheless, I hope that they do get their refund, because y'all, I am so sorry, but spending that much money and like still not even being able to meet them, I'd be pissed, if I'm being honest with you guys. But I probably would at that point just dispute the charge with my credit card and with Ticketmaster and be like, like I got scammed. You know what I mean? Because obviously they should have had their information set differently. I'm still not really even understanding why they put on their 7 p.m., you know, on both of them, because it literally says right here at the top, my tickets meet and greet, and it does say 7 p.m. So I'm like, okay, I guess that is a error on Ticketmaster. But anyways, y'all, that is pretty much it right there. Sorry that I literally barely saw the second video. That obviously changes things a little bit, and y'all know I'm just really dumb, okay? Especially when it comes down to TikTok, y'all, like when it pins things, I don't know why, for some reason, to me it doesn't really quite make sense. I feel like if you pin something, it should still show in your timeline. Do you know what I mean? Like if you scroll back to like see in chronological order, because it kind of throws things off. Say, for example, if I pin a video from 2 years ago, it looks like it's recent. So I'm like, if you're looking at somebody's grid profile, it's like, oh, this seems like the most recent one. So that's why I like low-key looked right over it. I'm like, oh, duh, because it's not in line. Do you know what I mean? So I do apologize for that. But anyways, that does change things up. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.